right, this is a specific lighting video remodel breakdown thing. And I already kind of started, so bad on me. But I'm going to be doing a lot of like Nanoleaf stuff in the house. They just, every smart LED company has some products that are unique to them. There was some Govee stuff that I really liked, but like overall, like the Nanoleaf just ticked a few more boxes than Govee. Not by much. Like there's still some stuff I'm kind of Govee envious of, but we're going with Nanoleaf. So this is the kitchen and angle change. So the kitchen had these 7 like I think they're called like can style lights. I mean, they're really just regular light bulbs in like the recessed angled. Maybe it's just called a recessed light. I don't know. But so there's 6 main ones and then a 7th over there. That actually comes off of a different switch. I wasn't expecting that. I thought they all came off the same switch. But regardless, I've already swapped out the older LED bulbs, which were surprisingly hot for LED bulbs. I'm not sure if maybe we'll check the Nanoleafs in a second and see if they're also getting that hot. But yeah, so interesting stuff about the Nanoleaf that kind of caught me off guard at first was I opened the box up from the back. So when it came time to pair them, it asks you for a QR code that's on the side of the light. And so I was individually taking them all down, writing the number down, and then I realized when I opened up the other box that they actually come with these cute little things right here. So then I took all the lights and kind of did them in like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 order, just going straight down these sheets that they give you. And that made it super, super easy. Of course, whenever you pair a light, you will have to do an update, which takes longer than it probably should, but it's not that bad. Overall, this has taken me about 15 minutes and I've done every light in the kitchen. Mostly thanks to this guy. I'm going to save these. Really big fan of this decision. Whoever that was at Nanoleaf, you deserve a kiss on the lips. Thought it was worth showing. These were the old lights, which are pretty typical, I think, of what you would see in almost all of these kind of fixtures where, it's just kind of rounded and smooth. Now, the Nanoleafs are like hexagonal or rhomboidal, or I think that's a pentagram shape in the middle. But anyway, they always do like these interesting shapes. Like if you look at their outdoor string lights, which I do plan to get for outside there where Andromeda's at, they also kind of take a unique shape that I think is like the idea behind it is that it can like shimmy the colors in a more interesting manner, but I don't know. All right, in the bathroom we have this hideous light thing, and then we have these 2 can lights. I got more Nanoleaf bulbs, and eventually we'll probably drop this down and maybe do a light bar. But for now, let's do these 2. Okay, this kitchen lights video has really sucked. I went back and reviewed the footage. I probably should have just blown the whole thing up and started over again. So I'm going to try to recap as succinctly as possible. You didn't get any footage, but I replaced those with some Nanoleaf bulbs. I took you over the shapes and stuff like that. One thing, I couldn't get it hooked up to the Wi-Fi. There was an update, so now it does work off the Wi-Fi because of that wood guy right there. So let me briefly show you what these can do, and I want to make note that that one right there comes off of a different switch. So if I have the switch on and those on, I can just turn them off from the app, and it will synchronize to those bulbs by setting it up in the app. Let me show you what it looks like, what it can do. So this right here is a setting called date night. You already saw it with what I had on when we started the video was warm lighting. Now, important to note, the reason why you want these on Wi-Fi is when they were on Bluetooth, my phone couldn't handle sending a Bluetooth signal to all of them. So you would go to hit a theme, and my phone shut off right there for a second. Don't know why. Anyway, as I was saying, you'd go to hit the button. Only some of them would work. But now when you're on Wi-Fi, it's really responsive. So you can tie this in with all the other bulbs that you have, so you can create like a bigger theme for a room. Let's go take a look at the bathroom, which we also did on this part of the video. So I didn't show me unscrewing and screwing in light bulbs because it's probably not necessary, but as you can see right here, these are above the bathtub, so this could be some fun bathtub love making cool vibes going on. Let me show you what they can do. And that's back to that date night theme. It's not going to look quite as cool because it's very bright outside, but you know, you could see how that would make some cool mood lighting when you're taking a bath or something like that. And once I replace this, maybe we'll add a little bit more. Hold on, I'm going to sneeze. All right. Anyway, sorry that this video ran so long and really didn't show a whole lot of much about nothing, but that's what it looks like. I promise the rest of the video is better. All right, next step on the Nanoleaf adventure, we got these elements. They are like wood. I mean, they basically, I think, kind of look just like this, but they're lights. I'd done some research because when I was doing the bulbs, I discovered that they don't hook up to Wi-Fi, and then I remembered what smart hubs are. Should have remembered from the get-go. Apparently, this thing can interact with it and add the bulbs to the Wi-Fi as a thread mesh router or border router or something like that. But it's gonna be an ongoing experiment. So let me show you where they're going though. You have the main entrance right here. And then when you come in, I'm gonna probably have like a desk thing kind of here. And I'm gonna have the lights going this way. All right, so this is my starting off one. I got the little control module thing mounted to it in the two directions I want to go off of the main one. I used the app a little bit for like trying to do a layout. However, I couldn't get it to like AR, augmented reality, onto the wall like you're supposed to be able to do, but I still got the idea. It still worked. So as you can see, each one of these modules has little like clicker things that you attach these little linkers, and that's how they go onto the wall. All right, so I didn't show much of the installation just because I don't have a tripod right now, but you know, as you can see, this is the layout I went with. I personally think it looks pretty good coming out of the hallway. You know, this is the kind of thing you could, you know, potentially just kind of leave on, put it on like a dim setting, and it's almost kind of like just a cool night light for the hallway. Well, I was unsuccessful in getting the bulbs to talk to the Wi-Fi through this thing, which I was under the impression, actually talking to a Nanoleaf rep on Reddit, that would work. It did not. But on a positive note, I assigned my touch controls so I can adjust the brightness up, down, turn off, turn back on, change the scene. Change the scene. You see it got darker. Now it got lighter. It's so dark in here. Super cool, right? All right, next Nanoleaf lighting project going on inside the house. Please stop whining. We just got done doing the cable hider on this guy, but we're going to be doing an LED light strip that illuminates the stairs. This is from Nanoleaf. This is I had the box somewhere. It's a 300 zone LED strip. What I really like about it is it comes with this right here. So this just gives you the ability to do some controls with a toggle switch. And originally I was thinking about doing dumb LEDs and then putting a little holder right here for the remote, so you just come by, grab it, you can turn the remote on as you go, put it back in the thing. And I did like that idea because it wouldn't like necessarily have wires going to a switch right there, but you'd still have to do wires going obviously to the strip itself. So the current plan is cable hider, come into here, mounting the switch here, and then I have channel diffusers that I'm gonna mount going up, 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 and right now I'm just giving you the overview and the explanation. It'll be easier to see the image once we get rolling. So I think step one is going to be routing the cable to here with the cable hider, trying to figure out how we want to like mount the switch, get that to play, and then because this whole transition here is going to be kind of the hard part. and then we can kind of goof around with how it's going to go up. But I've got a couple ideas for how I want, like, the switch. I want it to be at like a level where people can touch it and use it, but that's going to affect kind of the cable hiding and all that kind of stuff. So just going to have to play around and kind of see how things are working out. One little piece of advice for your double-sided tape is to cut it into smaller strips. I did a project where I did just the whole flat surface with it, and then when I went to take it down, I just destroyed the drywall. So this helps, and then a heat gun also helps a lot. Okay, so it's definitely not the cleanest, and you're gonna hate that. But like if we have something over there, like you won't really see it, and you kind of only have this. But I think it's worth it because right now it's in respond to music mode. Check this out. All right, so I got my first guy on there, and what I did was I took this and I just made a mark at the top of the paper on each step, and then some lines to try to keep it in track so it's roughly that same size going up. Probably not the most precise measurement to make. And then on the back of here, I'm using some 3M tape to just hold it on. It does come with brackets, but the brackets are for if it were facing out. I want it facing down, so we're just going to try the 3M tape. Hey, we're done. Just kidding. This isn't even attached. So the saw I have, I'll show you in a second, is not good at cutting aluminum apparently. And I need to, so I decided I'm going to do like a little angle. There's gaps in it too, but don't tell anybody. I'm hoping that won't really show up all that harshly. But, oh, by the way, this is dry erase marker. Don't ever put dry erase marker on your wall. There's a million, you'd think dry erase marker would come up easy. It did not. It's basically painted there. I've been using rubbing alcohol. Mosquito! Got him. I've been using rubbing alcohol, and that it's a process. It's a pain. Anyway, I got to get that cut. I think Home Depot or Lowe's will just cut stuff for you, but hopefully then that will kind of slide up against there, bridge that, and then we should be all done. Let me show you the saw. Well, the saw was here, and then I forgot that I moved it into the garage, so I'm not going to show you the saw. All right, after a couple of tries of routing this is pretty much where I'm at with how the cable management is going to go. You press the button, the lights are off. You press the button, the lights come on. I still got some work to do cleaning a little bit of this up. There's a little bit, so the 3M tape, I should have done the whole length because it left this big gap right here. It's not the end of the world, but it's just something that I may try to tidy up, and then in the future, just do my 3M tape the whole length. Right, Andromeda? All right, the next Nanoleaf lighting thing I'm doing is these outdoor string lights. We're going to put them up around out here. I'm also going to get rid of these shades because I kind of think it's stupid looking. I think there's probably a better way to do them than what's there now. So yeah, let's talk about some string lights. Right, so as you can see, these lights kind of have that hexagonal, ragonal, crystalline, I don't know what to call it, but it's got the same as our indoor kitchen lights had. And my understanding is that the reason for that is that it deflects and diffuses the light in unique ways that like a standard bulb couldn't emulate, and you get more unique. Yeah, is that true? Is that a gimmick? I don't know. They're interesting. A lot of people really like the look. I'm kind of indifferent on it. I do like a traditional looking bulb, but I don't hate what they're doing with like the crystallized shape one. I mean, the important thing is just, is it going to look cool? And we're about to find out. So right now I'm starting the process of like, I'm not putting these all the way in. I'm just kind of barely putting them in, and I'm going to route it across. See how, I didn't measure this out, so we got to see how far it's even going to get. with this little test mock-up. And you know what they say, measure once, cut twice, be happy with it. I will probably not be. Digging what I got. So we go up, we go around, we go around, we go around, we go around, we go around. We end up stopping right down here, which is kind of a natural stopping point because this is the opening of the porch for right now. I do in the future think I want to close this part off and do the opening right here with like a little concrete like slab and move that fire pit to out there and eventually change that to sort of more parking. But, oh, sorry, stepped on my dog's toy. But anyway, so if I do end up wanting to do more, Nanoleaf does give you an option with these extension ports on the end where we can plug in an extension and add more lights. Don't get dizzy, stay with me. And it will go around and around and then possibly back. That I would want to measure out just because I don't want that to end up looking too goofy. But I'm probably going to keep what I've got now for the placement. It's not fancy. Like, I mean, if you look online, you'll see some people do some really cool stuff with like out here where they'll put like string lights going from like the ceiling, like out to there, and then like back to here. So it makes like one of those cool drop down patterns. I do really like that. However, I do not intend to make this like a social area. This is ultimately hopefully going to be more parking and then like another shop maybe over there. I'm looking to also do an extension to the house later, all things way later on down the road. But so just my future plans don't really involve having lights out there. Whereas here, you know, if I do make that modification to the deck, I could extend some lights out and do something cool starting from here. This outlet is crazy loose though and has that nice fat gap in it. So I do need to work on that. But enough of me babbling. Let me take you right to the results of these lights. Sorry to bug you again, real quick. These do have a little control module right here, which I plan to like tape up. And of course you always have like their little like scan code for easy work on the app. This is part of the reason why I chose Nanoleaf is I like these modules with the push buttons so you can come out and you can treat it just as like a standard light. Okay, so even in daylight, these kick off a pretty good amount of light. And then get my cool button functionality going. So I'll get this mounted and get this all cleaned up, but no one cares about that. Let's see what it looks like at night. I came through the front door and I forgot I left them on. I'm already liking that vibe out there. Check this out. I'll probably make these tie together at some point. Anyway, hit the switch. Let's go out there. Come with me on this long walk. Wow. Owen Wilson. Wow. All right. You know, I like it. Got the switch just like I like. Boom. Hit the switch. Oh no, it's dark and scary. Oh, it's so bright and vivid and colorful. What could possibly be scary? Let's check out some of the other lighting patterns. So this is the pattern Stay Cool, which is just supposed to be your cool lighting. Now I am noticing that I think because of the prism effect, I don't think it's the LEDs, you do get some like green that comes through and it's kind of whatever on this cool, but when I do the Stay Cozy setting, which is like warm lighting, it really kind of bugs me. So this is like a warm temperature light, and you can see that green kind of come through. Again, I think that's the prism effect doing that on those, but don't love it. One thing to note is that on the side for the little panel thing that it comes with, there is a button so that you can quick change between different color settings. So that's a big selling point for me. I really like that like adjustable thing just being right on a switch. Yeah. All right. That is my outdoor lighting panel. Not lighting panel. That is my outdoor string lighting by Nanoleaf. Move on to the next project now.